that is exactly the kind of leadership you have always requested. You want us to replicate that kind of leadership. You want to make sure that we don't fall short in that kind of leadership. What does that mean? It therefore means that we have to wake up and stand on our toes. Mr. Founder, on behalf of the colleagues that we have here, to get the dreams that you have. Yes, indeed, the college has been broken and developed on the backs of young people. And we give these people a praise. We recognize these people, and we make sure that they know that what they have started, we will continue with a brighter vision. Mr. Founder, I have a family of 4 in the United States and a wife. Mr. Founder, I stayed in the US for several years, and I studied, and I decided to come back home. And I said to my colleagues, no, I want to go into Freetown. And this is the reason why I'm here. I'm a suburban kind of person. Early this morning, you and I spoke. That was around 2 o'clock in the morning. And you said, Mr. Principal, you still there? I said, yes, I am up. I had just come back from the interview. And at that point, it was when after you had spoken with me, I decided to send the text of what we agreed on. And my daughter called me and said, I have seen that college you are talking about. And I told my children in America, yes, it's the kind of college that I have never seen in Sierra Leone, where you have students sprawling on the ground. It just looked like the college I have in Canada, in Virginia. We want to continue that particular work, Mr. Founder. So therefore, I will develop a leadership, a kind that you might be interested in. It is called a leadership of ethics and social justice. It is important for all of us to determine that just like the age of Mr. Bush, no child left behind. Particularly at a time when you have had people who have been with you. Many of them have fallen short. Many are going away. Many are continuing. My kind of leadership, we do not to have a troubling kind of relationship. What we want to have is a leadership of ethics and social justice. Let me, as an authority in ethics, where I got my PhD, I will tell you the 3 kinds of ethics that we have. Because it is called the kind of ethics, we will call it the moral kind of leadership. A moral leadership is one in which the staff is supporting the followership of the leadership. A leadership will succeed when a followership is supporting that leadership. However, the followership is not always a yes man, but somebody that will say, this is not what we want to do. If you follow this point, I think it will be helpful for the institution. Stand up to what is right. That is what you call a followership. That is what you call a moral leadership. The second kind of moral leadership is called the amoral leadership. The amoral leadership is the man that does not have any concern for morals. He is not immoral, but he doesn't care. He lives a man. And that's a dangerous kind of person who doesn't have a heart, who doesn't have a thought. Therefore, we also want to fall away with immoral leadership. We will develop on the pillars of morality, immorality, and morality. We stand up for what we believe in. Remember, at the same time, when this house is created with the leadership that the house needs, we will go out there and trumpet this institution. And therefore, this is what we want to do. Mr. Chairman, Mr. Founder, let me wrap it up by saying to you here that we are not going to discuss the little things of leadership struggle that we'll be fighting for on a daily basis. But let us begin on one thing. We want to develop a corporate image. What does that mean? The corporate image means that we are very, very conscious of activities to ourselves, to our relationships, and to students. We want to make sure we don't use careless words in public because we are teachers. We may be lecturers, but we are teachers. It's very important to sit down, and I see that I am the lead lecturer, the principal here, and some doesn't care about how I get the reaction if you just make a statement carefully for students. I don't feel goodly about it. Because I will listen to that and I will make a statement. Because I want you to make sure that no matter what you do, your morality is guarded. That is what we want to do when we talk about fighting to have a corporate image. Founder, we also have to have office cultures and values. What do we mean? Are everybody just thrashing things like that? Do we have respect for the property that we have suffered for? We all have high speed. How many hours are we genuinely in social justice say to people, rather than doing their work, they spend 5 hours on the computer on personal issues? Is that something that is good for this particular college? No. We want to think about it. Nobody might be sitting there, what you do, not to do it. Doesn't matter. But your conscience goes by the book. That yes, rather than sitting down, clicking for things that are working, are we really pushing things? That is what we want to do when we talk about office cultures and values. Mr. Founder, we want to also promote research and publishing. Yeah. If we sit down here, all we talk about is affiliation. It will be shameful if I don't publish. No. Yes. Publishing in peer-reviewed journals is what makes you be a wonderful lecturer. Yeah. And it doesn't matter if you're a lecturer at Frabe College, you are as wonderful a lecturer and in the same imagistic as a lecturer in Canadian institution. Yeah. How do you put yourself the lecturer that you want to be? Because you publish at least once a year. This leadership will ask you to submit documentation of your ability to publish. Yeah. And we will see what comes there for you. Mr. Founder, we also want to emphasize on seminars and study abroad. To see on our walls of papers that you have to send, oh, I'm going to send my CV there, I'm going to submit this thing. We want to know that at Canadian College, what we have here, 1, 2, or 3 lecturers are going abroad to this delivery paper. Yeah. We want those lecturers. Mr. Founder, we want our lecturers to be in memberships of professional bodies. If you want to keep the institution going, in fact, let me tell you, if you cry for university, sometimes they will say, this college, we're not even right for it, minus the affiliation. How many professional membership do we have? We have to count them. Some of these memberships, and I am going to appeal to the founder, that those memberships sometimes requires people to pay money. Yeah. Therefore, Mr. Founder, we will ask you to think about funding for budget for us to be members of these professional bodies. It's removed based on the footings. Mr. Founder, we also want to think about teaching schedules. We want to know, not just sitting down to us to say, oh, I'm going to be teaching these papers, this module. How many times do people really teach? Do people really complete the teaching assignments? So we are going to work on something technologically that will give us the information, and we are going to rely on our web guys to help us, so that at the end of every semester, you can say, yes, I copied this, I finished this particular module. Therefore, it is important our leadership to will be looking at it. Mr. Founder, a short form of developing a human resource is on memos, reprimands, and rewards. Memos, reprimands, and rewards. If you have a leadership where you don't award people and reward people, if you don't have a situation where you reprimand people, memos, then you are not working, because people know that something is wrong. Our assignments, who is asking? The leader has said, I have to be the nose. I have to shovel. Don't stop me from being the shovel, please. Don't stop me from being the shovel. If I don't be the shovel, I lose my job. And I don't want to lose my job, because I don't want to have a situation where we don't do the job. Mr. Founder, we have to look at changes of office protocols. I have found my observation since I came here, and I have said to you that we are looking at having to do protocol changes. We will be looking with the staff here to see how we can bend that situation. Mr. Founder, collaborations with lecturers and universities outside Sierra Leone and Sierra Leone. Any other lecturers who want to join, write papers, meet with them. Let's meet with them. Please, if you have professional meetings to go to, I think we should make opportunity for those papers. And when you do those papers, you have to give us a report. Not as they go per electric antenna America, na Freetown. Yes, but we need a report of what came out of that. This is important. Finally, Mr. Founder, what makes the leadership laxing for people is when we have all of the lecturers are all in putting together to have subcommittees. Subcommittees make it easy for workers. Otherwise, we don't know where we're going. So therefore, Mr. Founder, we will be developing subcommittee membership. And each of those subcommittee members will be calling us, or will be calling to them to account for what we have done. How many chairs do we have at this university? We have to know those chairs. What went wrong for one to be broken? How did we replace it? And when did we not decide on it? We have it in the report. Because the committee that deals with this has the knowledge. Committees, particularly deal with computers, is a committee we cannot joke with it. Because our technological institution has to be functioning. Again, and I know you all know that crashes and spies are all over the place. So please, we have to pay attention to that. So, Mr. Founder, in closing, I will say that I have started having a relationship with the vice principal, a very warm person who listens very strongly. And I have said to him, Mr. Vice Principal, I cannot succeed until you succeed. So therefore, let's work together. We don't have a situation, I don't even know what is going on. We don't want that situation. So we will give Mr. Vice Principal, his authority that he demands.
Yeah.
And we will protect that particular thing. Otherwise, Mr. Muxin, we will tell you if you are not doing us the right thing that we're doing, then we are going to send in our resignation. Because we are qualified to be in this place and we are qualified to leave. And so, Mr. Founder, we want to thank you so much. And we look forward to beginning a working relationship with you. Whether we have found fall short of anything, please do not hesitate to tell us. One of the things I know, you communicate very well. Every day, you say, let's talk. Sometimes you ask yourself, no, I think a founder has told me about this before, but he didn't emphasize the issue. So please, no matter the boku talk I have said, I am only a human. I'm very human. Therefore, if we fall short, we want to respectfully tell you where we are. So much. God bless you. Thank you, sir, Mr. Founder, and I think you have said it all. You have, in your statement, you have required us to be innovative and creative. That requires that the faculty is the helm of this. You know, it's not so much about the double things that we do. It is the faculty that we have. We have to use our creativity to help. In fact, although you have mentioned that, I told you that I will not be talking so much about the little things that we will be looking at, but it is important for me to give you an example of what that I have been thinking. This is a way of giving motivation to students, particularly. This institution will establish what you call the HOD's distinguished list of students. To be in that list will not be an easy thing. It's not going to be very easy. You will not just have one subject in 100% and think you list that. You have to go across the boards. So we will use that to call HOD's list. The HOD's list. We are not a deal. Yes, the HOD's list. For the HOD, it is the HOD that will determine. But the HOD has to give a proof that this student deserves this list. The second order thing that we'll look at, Mr. Founder, it will not be very easy to find somebody there until somebody deserves to find them. There is going to be what you call employee of the month. Every month we will have employee of the month.
Yes.
To us, it's a big name.
Yes.
The employee of the month, and it is not just a faculty member. Anybody. The security, the cleaner. There's going to be a committee for looking into the issue of the list from the HOD and the employee of the month. Please, Mr. Founder, what I did not also tell you, I did not see that, and I am asking you because when I asked you the first time, I said, let me know who is your board member. But of course, you will explain to me certain things. But what I want to know, this college should be supported by the secondary schools. Don't joke with the important academic knowledge that we have in secondary schools. The founder, we will tap from the schools. Let them know their importance here. And they will be the tell you to say, no, go to Canadian College. Don't go outside the place. Because the stakeholders are the secondary school people here. So therefore, I have again said, the HOD's list, we will look at it. For finding to that list, it's not something going to be easy. Because the founder will tell you what that benefit will be. Science, we just been talking about, but the founder will tell us what the benefit will be. But also, the employee of the year, we will start May 1, Mr. Founder. May 1, we start. And Mr. Founder, we don't have any reason to create problems here. But automatically, we will begin to reprimand from May 1 if we know people are not doing the job. Because it's easy for me to sit down here and have all these ideas. But does this man really have the push for this voice? You know what happens? Very soon, the staff tell us, but the man a light man, but I just spoke to talk, he can talk here. And I don't want that.
Say it in English because the others, they don't know. Say it in English for me.
Is that we don't have a situation where I don't have the authority because I don't back the authority with the words and action. And therefore, I want a situation where the staff will see that, yes, we have the authority and we follow it with action. Thank you, Mr. Founder.
All right.